So you're great in practice, but you suck in the game. Sound familiar? I feel like a lot of people struggle with this. I certainly struggled with it, and it took me a while to figure out exactly what was going on. I played so loose, so free, didn't overthink in practice. And then I would get into games and I would clam up. Why can't we replicate what we do in practice? The first thing I had to do is I had to realize that version of me in the game, clamming up, being nervous, being afraid to fail, afraid to make mistakes, that was not the real me. The version of me in practice that played great, that didn't overthink, that was me. That's the real me. That's my true ability. Practice showed my true ability. The game version of me was just my mind interfering with that ability. And all the game did was it revealed my relationship with pressure. That's it. That's all that's different. And I'm pretty sure I made a video, I don't know, like a month or two ago, on how to deal with pressure, and essentially that we create pressure ourselves. It's not anything going on outside of us. It's not the crowd. It's not how important the game is. We can decide with our mind to let go of that pressure. And it is probably, I will say, impossible to get rid of nervousness in the game. I still struggle with it, and I just play adult stuff. I'm not in like state championship games, huge games in front of huge crowds, and I still get nervous. I still overthink. And I still sometimes play tight as opposed to just like playing pickup out with my friends and not caring. And I find that the moment my mind leaves what is going on currently, what is going on in the present, that is when my body starts to become hesitant. My mind, when I'm playing, it can go so many different places. It can be trying to avoid mistakes, thinking about the past or worrying about something in the future, trying to control an outcome, trying to win or trying not to lose, caring about the score, caring about who I'm playing against. When there's crowds, we worry about not messing up in front of people. And we worry about what our coach thinks. We don't want to let our team down. There's all these other factors. And it took me so long to find what is known as the flow state. I found it sophomore year of college. I will never forget it. Changed my life forever because I was in those big games in front of huge crowds. And I could enter a state where I was really not thinking because I trusted my ability. I know I could do it in practice. I knew I was capable, and it was time to just apply it and trust it. But I entered this state where I wasn't worried about the crowd. I was zoned in. My focus wasn't in my own head. It was out in the game, but it wasn't on like external BS, like the crowd, all that stuff that doesn't matter. And this is not something that is easy, but it's something that is worthwhile to learn or to train yourself to do, is to control what you are focusing on. It requires noticing when your mind is drifting off and bringing it fully back in the now, in the present moment. There's a couple things I do to help this. First thing, I slow my breathing down, pay attention to my breathing, and then I consciously loosen my body up. Helps me not feel so tense. And it really does take some noticing of when your mind is drifting and just bringing it back. Notice when you feel insecure. Notice when you're questioning yourself and your ability. Notice when you feel nervousness. And all of that stuff is only happening because you want to do well. So maybe you need to detach yourself from having to win. Maybe you need to be okay with making mistakes. When I'm in the flow state, I don't even know what the score is. I'm just acting automatically. I'm really just not thinking. I'm just existing. And so it sounds counterintuitive, but when we get into the game, we gotta let all of that stuff go. It's time to really just exist out there. You already know that you are capable. You can do it in practice. You just gotta get out of your own way. That's all. That's all I got. See ya.